opening statement about the victory last night and then going to Villanova this weekend?
Well, I was real pleased with how the players played last night. We haven't been playing as well the last several games, and I think the guys knew that too, and we wanted to go in there, and we knew we had to play a much better game if we were going to be successful, and I thought we played really well in all phases. Really pleased with how our young pitchers pitched last night. Eli Nissen and Shea Went, who are freshmen, true freshmen, to go out there and do that in that environment. And then defensively, it was one of our cleaner games. And then offensively, a little bit sluggish at the beginning of the game, but really picked up second half. And obviously Teddy Dieters with the big swing in the ninth inning. So we needed that going into a big series in Philadelphia against Villanova. And I know we're looking forward to having a real crisp practice today and get on the road tomorrow and see what we can do this weekend.
The ability to finish strong and mentally have that stamina, but also physically, of course. I mean, is that something you guys communicate during the game quite often to finish out strong?
Well, you know, this is a veteran team. And, you know, we talk about physicality all the time. I think some people misunderstand what physicality is. You think of just big men, big people out there playing. No, physicality is, can you play a complete 9-inning ball game? When there's a lot of stress involved. There's always a lot of stress involved in a Creighton, Nebraska baseball game. So even though you played 9 innings last night and it was a fairly quick game, 2.5 hours, you know, it felt more like 18 or 19 innings. It felt more like 4 hours because there's a lot of stress, every pitch, every base runner. Both teams wanted it very badly. So, but we have an older crew, so they should be able to handle that physicality that a stressful 9-inning game presents. And last night certainly presented that.
You know, it's a special rivalry, of course. I mean, does it ever get old getting that win with this group?
Oh, no. And I've told people the last several weeks, this is not a normal midweek game. It's not a normal game. I don't care how people want to spin it. They talk about RPI. I don't look at RPI, to be honest with you. I don't look at RPI until maybe the last week or two. I look at it as a chance for us to play against a really good opponent, especially down there when we know we're going to have a large crowd. And it's going to be a hostile crowd. There's only maybe 100 folks maybe rooting for us in blue and 5,000 folks in red. And that's okay. I want to put our guys in that environment and see if they can handle it. They proved last night that they can handle it.
What goes
to fly? We're going to be tied. Now, how do we use our pitching staff from here on out? Because we're not going to use Mason Cook anymore. We wanted to go into the game only using him 1 inning, and we already extended him to 2. So that means probably another freshman's going to enter the game, and that's a tough order for a freshman to come into a 10th inning 3-3, and then all of a sudden the ball kept carrying, and then the players jumped in front of me. I didn't even see him where it landed. I knew it was a good result, and then obviously, you know, Mason would finish that bottom of the ninth, and hopefully we could get out of there with a W. So, but off the bat, I thought it was just a sacrifice for him.
How have you seen Mason grow from the start of the season until now?
Well, really from last year to this year. You know, last year his role was very, you know, non-high leverage situations, put him in a game if we had a lead maybe 10-5 or 10-2 or 10-3. And now he realizes he's in every high leverage situation that we are in. He's got what you'd like to see at the back end of your games, if at all possible, is a guy who can miss a bat, a guy who can strike somebody out. And Mason's been able to do that. We've asked a lot of him. Man, he's pitched a lot the last 2 or 3 weeks, and hopefully this weekend we can use him very efficiently. But my biggest challenge with Mason is to not overuse him. And
Let's go ahead with your first question for Mason.
Coach had said that you like to pitch in the Nebraska game.
Yeah.
What is it about those games that makes you want to be out there?
I mean, it's a super high leverage game always, and being a local kid, it means a lot more to me too. And I just want to give my team a chance to win, and that's everybody's favorite game of the year.
What was the mindset of the team last night after you guys got that win and got to celebrate that?
It was awesome. Everybody was, after Teddy's bomb, it was the most electric moment of the year, and everybody was just on cloud 9.
How much confidence does that give you, having 2 of the 3 of them done and both of them worked in your guys' favor?
I mean, I think that we always go into that game knowing we have the best chance and knowing that we can win, so I don't think it really matters that we won the first 2. All that matters is the 3rd one.
Yeah, because I know you've had to work multiple innings the last couple outings every day. I mean,
Do you prefer to be more of a one-inning guy, or do you mind going 2, 3?
I don't really mind going 2 or 3. I just do whatever coach needs from me to give my team a chance, and I just go out there and give it everything that I got.
How important is this weekend series against Villanova?
You know, I think we're in a pretty good position. I think we have a chance to sweep this weekend, but I also think we have a chance to sweep every weekend. This team's really good. The chemistry's really good, and I like our chances.
Coach had mentioned you guys have been on the road a lot for the past 5 weekends or something like that. How much does that chemistry help? Because it could obviously get grueling being on the road that much. How much does that chemistry with this group help?
It really does help us get through all the road games because everybody's tired and because we have to leave tomorrow at like 3 in the morning. But everybody's happy to be here and everybody loves each other, so we just kind of get through it together.
How much did last year kind of help you as far as being a closer and everything? Because I know you were a closer in high school and everything, but you didn't get a lot of innings last year.
Yeah.
Getting a bigger role this year.
I think last year was really good for me. It just kind of helped me get my feet wet and kind of like understand, because the college game is so much different. It's all the best guys in high school are just on every college team. So it's a lot different. So I feel like it was nice last year to get a little bit of exposure, and then I was able to take advantage of my opportunities this year, and hopefully just going to keep rolling.
The way you guys have been able to adapt, whether it be injuries or just closing out big games, I mean, what's that say about the resiliency of your team?
I mean, we're a really deep team, and everybody's just kind of pulling for the guy next to him. So if one guy goes down, the guy behind him just slots in and takes, there's no slack on everything, and they just pick up the guy's role, and the next guy up mentality is just kind of a big thing for us.
Yeah, so you guys have been pretty good in midweek games. What is it that mentally you have to lock in for a midweek game as opposed to a weekend series? How different is that mentally?
I think it's just another baseball game. I don't think it's anything different between the weekends and this week. All that matters, like a midweek game, all that matters is this game, and we just kind of approach it like this is the game of the week, and then once you win that game, then the next game is Friday, and then after that, the next game is Saturday. So we just kind of take it one game at a time, and I think that really helps us.